Well, hello there, Sagittarius. Welcome to Pirate Readings. I'm Lady J, and I'm here to talk to you about what is going on for May. May is going to have 4 weeks in it, so we'll have 4 columns, and then we'll have 3 rows, being where you are, what's blocking, what your solution is. We are doing the full overview at the beginning of this reading, and at the end, we'll go in deep on the very first week of May, which is going to be the 4th through the 10th. All right? So that's the big goal for right now. I have a couple of messages for you from my better angels for the entire month for all 12 signs. We are talking about humility and staying in our humility this month will be helpful. It's going to be kind of groovy, and I think that it'll help everybody feel pretty cool. You can shine your light, but just do that in that humble way that you do because, right? You're totally awesome. And if you just read the room sometimes, you may find that all these people are just as bright as you are, and you can go as crazy as you like. Okay? So it's kind of a neat trick in this situation to experiment with that kind of way of being. All right? So the other thing is we're trying to be prepared. All right? So be prepared for whether it's the weather, financial stuff, whatever's coming down the pike, you want to be ready for it. Okay? So just sort of have a little go bag, or emotional, physical, all these financial, are all the different ways things can go a little sideways or be a little topsy-turvy anyway, right? So we want to bend our knees and be prepared to go with the flow, all right? So excellent stuff. Finally, the last message I have for you is that we're going to be able to think using our minds and create positive outcomes. So if you can think it and imagine it, you can create it. This is good. This is on a very small level at work, school, home, all those places. Or when you get a bunch of people together, we can group think a bunch of good things into existence. So it's a challenge, but isn't that a wonderful thing? All right. So those are my messages for my better angels. We're talking about possibilities for this particular month. Let us go ahead and look at some of these cards. I've got several decks here to play with. Let's look and see what's happening. All right. So let's go ahead and get your guiding message for the month. This is a card that will represent what's going on all month long. We'll talk about it every single time we come back here. What do we need for Sagittarius? What is Sagittarius's guiding message for the month? There it is. All right. I'll set these cards aside. What's the card? Fulfillment. Very nice. So fulfillment is what we're going for. This is the goal all month long. This is what you're trying to do. Whatever you're doing, whether it's relationships, if they're not fulfilling, it's time to make a change. If you're working at work and it's not fulfilling you, it's time to make a change. If you're doing something else and it's not fulfilling, it's time to make a change. So do your best. And I know it's a little scary sometimes, but I think you're going to do really well with this, Sagittarius, and I think that it can help you get back on track. Very nice. It's just a simple gut check to figure out where you are, what you're feeling, and how what it's doing for you. All right. This deck is Wisdom of the Oracle, and I'm going to use it for your mystery card for the month. All right. So let's see, Sagittarius. What do we have for you? What is your mystery card for this particular week? It's the one right there. All right. So we'll set these cards aside, and we'll save this card for later, okay? We're going to come back to this card a little bit later, and we'll see how it's going, and it'll help clarify what's going on with the rest of the reading, all right? So now remember, last month we used this cool pirate deck for just the mystery card. Well, now we're going to use it for the entire reading. It's going to be so cool. I really am enjoying them, and I think that you will too. And you'll get to see a lot more than just one of them too. So that's kind of groovy. So the first row is where you're at. Second row is what's blocking you. And of course, the third row will be your solution. If if you haven't liked and subscribed yet, and yet you find yourself relating to what's going on here, and or you're just digging my vibe, by all means, don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel. That way you won't miss a single thing. All right? So set those aside, and now let's look at these beautiful cards. We're going to go ahead and do a run through of all 4 weeks, and then we'll come back and we'll do an in-depth reading on the very first week at the end. Okay? So let's see what we have here. We have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is a really great card. It's talking about you fighting for your heart's desire, standing up for what you want, making sure that people understand what your desires are. If you haven't articulated it correctly, they may not understand you completely. So you'll need to sort of remind them of the vision you have, and that will help sell the idea. Okay? Very nice. The next card down is where you're blocked this particular week. And this is the Devil. You cannot sabotage yourself this week, so this is the best kind of blockage. You can't ruin things at all. So do your best and know that it will all work out perfectly. Nice. The solution is the Five of Swords. You're going to need to take control back of a situation that you've been letting somebody else handle, but they're not doing a very good job of it. And in fact, things are falling through the cracks. So go ahead and take it back. I think that once you sell your idea to this person, you show them what you want from your heart, and then you take it back. You're like, okay, I'm gonna just take it back and I'll do it myself. It'll be great. Thank you. Been groovy, letting you try, but I'm gonna handle it now. Thanks so much. So very good. Now then, the next week over, we're talking about the 11th through the 17th. You have the Ace of Swords. This is about you being given the gift of responsibility. This could be the key to the shop. This could be other ways and means that you are able to do exactly what you need to do, being the responsible party that you are, and you're going to shine at it. Okay, this is not an accident. You're going to handle this and be amazeballs. Okay, so even as this is all about this, you got the vision, you took your power back. They're like, here's the key. You're going to handle some more stuff. We like it. Handle it. Great. You're going to shine so brightly, they're not going to know what hit them. All right? Going with the flow is going to be a little bit difficult for you at this time. So I do believe that there's something within you that is like, okay, new responsibility. You're going to get a little shell-shocked. A little, ah! Okay. But even as that happens, it tends to make you sort of fluctuate in not understanding that, you know, there's always enough time. There's always enough everything. So you're a little upset, okay? This is blocked. This is you being in the flow and rolling with the punches, and you're not doing that right now. You have not bent your knees. You locked them up, and everything is feeling like a cold bucket of water every time you get hit. Okay, so be careful, be cautious, and your solution is going to be the Eight of Swords, and that is all about when you have you're going to sell your idea to the boss, but you're going to make the boss think it's their idea, okay? Just put like 95% your idea and then just 5% them, and they will get on board. They'll be like, oh, it smells like me, it tastes like me, I'm in, let's do it. You're like, okay, cool. Because it's got nothing to do with anything else, all right? You need to delegate some of this or find a better way. Don't let this concern you too much. I think we're going to find better information when we go deeper into that, and maybe it's another area of your life that's a little bit off, okay? But this feels very good, and like you're doing a really good job with it. The next week over, we have the 11th through the 17th, and by gosh and by golly, the Nine of Swords is here, showing that you are one more time going, look, I don't need to be in charge of this. I had a bad experience. I'm not feeling very good about it. And people are going, look, it's all a learning curve. Stick to it. You can handle this. We love you. We're handling it. Everything is fine. Snafus happen, but we're going to work it through. And it's through practice. You learn how to do it. It's kind of like a gymnast, you know. If you saw the first 2 times they got on them parallel bars and fell down 52 times, you would realize that the fact that they can twirl and whirl and jump off perfectly and land exactly is through practice, not through anything else. They're not miraculous. They practiced. So you will have an opportunity to practice with your power to come to the right place. Okay? Now, what's blocked right now for you in this week is the Lovers. So partnerships or relationships will not be happening this week. Okay? So whatever could be or might be in the mix at this time, you're going to need to put, you're really putting your focus here. So you need to not be focused here. And that's okay. You're just going to be like, hey, can we get together on Friday after this week is over? Because I need to stay focused right here. And you are a delicious distraction for me. Male or female, whatever you got going on is all good with me. Definitely be aware that you are wanting to not be distracted. And that doesn't mean that you're telling them no. You're telling them in a minute. Okay? Cool. And the Six of Pentacles shows that you're going to start to have the money that you need, and money will start to come through and flow for you better at this time. So this is you getting some results from all this stuff where you've been putting in your extra effort and doing all this extra stuff for power or control over situations. You aren't a power-hungry person. You aren't into control, but genuinely your ideas are working and you need to get into it, and it's going to pay off. Yay! You're going to have money in the hand. Perfect. The final week of May, the 25th through the 31st, we have the Queen of Pentacles. This is a feminine energy person who likes money, very much likes a good bargain, and it strives for that all the time. So she's very money oriented and won't do anything unless she's getting a bargain. You're going to have this person showing up in your world at this time. This could be a boss. This could be just a new client. So be careful and be cautious around this person. We don't want to cause any trouble, right? The area where you're blocked is the Tower. Nothing will be falling. You will not be falling. Nothing will be falling together, but nothing will be falling apart either. Wonderful news. This is a great card to have blocked, so yay. Nothing is blocked. You are in a position, nothing is falling, that is. There's things that are blocked. They're just not that. And the Knight of Wands, fighting for your ideas. You will need to stand up for what you want in the moment. I believe you're going to be wanting to stand up for what you want with the Queen of Pentacles. And she herself is going to be saying, well, I really, really, really want a good bargain. And you're like, well, I really, really need to get paid. What if we do this in payments? How about that? We'll say you'll pay what I want you to pay, but you'll pay it in more payments, but like up front. You'll have a certain amount up front, maybe some in the middle, and then some at the end. That way, they get what they need, which is not to have to pay it all at once. And you get what you need, which is the darn money. Just a suggestion. It's just a possibility. All of this will be clarified more clearly further on down the road. Let's go ahead and save these cards for future readings, because we're going to come back and we're going to do more readings. All right? This is good stuff. All right, Sagittarius. I neglected to light our candle. Let us do this now. It will bring more light to the story, and we will get into it. All right? Oh, she's a fussy candle. All right. This candle here is from Witty Wicks, so it's called Naughty, no less. So sometimes it behaves naughty and does a little popcorn thing when I first light it, so it might get a little sputtery pop over here. Don't be alarmed. All right, but I do like the energy of a candle on the table. My apologies for not doing it sooner. We are going to go in deep right here, right now. Okay, so I have this deck here, which is going to be the Light Seers Tarot. We're going to go in deeper on this reading right now. All right. Cool. So we were fighting for our heart's desire, right? You're going to stand up for what you want. You're going to show them the vision of what you want. Hey, this is what we want. Well, this is what you want. Of course it's what we want. Ha. Cool. Part of that vision includes having a little extra money to play with, don't you think? Yes. Don't forget that you're encouraging these people, or whoever you're talking to is like, hey, we need more money around here, don't you think? What if we did something different? What if we tried something else? What if we do this? Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Interesting. So you have a lot on your plate already. Now, of course, we have the lovers that shows up to say, guess what? Ha-ha, there's more. Some of you will be getting into relationships if you're my singles. If you're not in my if you're not single, then your relationship will be coming up for more attention this particular week. Your relationship will want to be heard. You may be sharing this information with your partner. So it's like a home plan. You're like, hey, we need to get more money in here. Let's do this thing. I want to do this. We need to save some money for this thing. But for some of you, this could be just a life partner, a work partner. I'm sorry that it looks so much like it's not that. But it is indeed reflecting the truth of partnerships. So whoever it is you're working with in life, you're going to be trying to convince them that it's time for us to make more money. Let's go. I have a bigger dream. This is a bigger carrot. Have you seen the carrot lately? It's a big carrot. We need to work towards it. What do you think? And of course, you can't sabotage yourself at this time, so don't do it. You would be hard pressed to figure out how to blow your life up right now. So everything is going pretty well. Very nice. The thing that is blocked is this thing where you're remembering that you're living beyond your limiting beliefs. So you might be sitting a little bit in some doubt, right? You're kind of doubting yourself a little bit. You're like, can I really do this? Somebody else told me I couldn't once. Were they right? Were they right? And the answer is, of course they weren't. But we have to fight through the fear and the doubt that comes with the strength card being blocked, okay? The foundation of your heart is also blocked right now. So this isn't about you focusing in heavily on your relationship itself. I feel like you're focusing in a different way, all right? So the things that you care about the most may be blocked from you, and maybe that's why your vision of what you want to fight for, Knight of Cups, is so strong. It's like, hey, I have this grand idea that I'm not getting what I want. This is my heart's dream and goal, but I can't get there based on what I'm blocked from that, and I don't like that. So I want to unblock it by fighting for it. All right, I see you fighting for what you want because it's blocked. All right, so well done, good job. And right now, your solution is to take the power back. You're like, okay, I see that you understand the concept, but you don't know how to do it. So I'm going to do it for you and show you how to do it, so that everybody in the room knows how to do it. And now everybody will be able to do it, and it will be a good thing. Everyone can work towards the common goal once they learn how. Okay? But I really see it as you taking control of a situation one more time. You're like, okay, I got to be in charge of it. You didn't handle it. I'm going to handle it now. Wonderfully enough, you will take advantage of the opportunity to take your power back in this moment, but you're also going to delegate half of it. And I'm like, okay, and you can do this, and you can do that. You're going to break it down into smaller pieces. The other person was having a hard time handling all of it all at once. And you're saying, give me the whole damn thing. I'm going to break it down into pieces and give pieces to different people so they can handle what they can handle instead of all of it. Because nobody was supposed to handle the whole damn thing, apparently. And needless to say, the other person didn't want to wanted to hold on to the whole thing all by themselves without realizing that they were kind of doing it wrong, right? So by taking it back and saying, okay, You've got the entire pie to yourself. That's very cute. That was never the intention. All right. I'm going to take the pie and I'm going to take care of the pie myself. We're going to cut it all up into pieces and everybody gets a piece of pie where they get to work on it and do something with it. And then we'll all come back together and everybody will be winning. Okay? Cool. Because that is the answer, of course. The Ten of Swords is showing that you're being the best boss possible. You are handling your power in the best way possible. Can you see how beautiful this scene is? She's handling everything. She is a good boss. She takes good care of her people, and her people take good care of her. It's a good idea to share the pie. Yes? Yes. Share the responsibility. If you share the responsibility, they feel like they're a part of the team. The team all works together, and everybody gets to do their part. It's like a dance. And quite frankly, huzzah, right? That's what everybody wants, is not, and you get to stand around and point, right? Awesome. You're directing the situation. You're handling each little fire as it comes up. It's not too big a deal. I can handle that. But it doesn't have to be all in one place. Whoever had it last tried to take care of the whole darn thing by themselves. And it was painful and difficult and not very fun. So now you're doing it the right way. Well done, Sagittarius. Let's get you a message from the Cosmic Oracle. All right. What is your message for Sagittarius? Right here. Love it. Okay. We're going to set these cards aside. Right here. The message is, a little bit of faith goes a long way. Remember that. Ah, love it. Yes. A little bit of faith goes a long way. Remember that. So, your little bit of doubt, have a little faith. You are awesome! Woohoo! Love it. Love that for you. I'm so excited to see that for you, Sagittarius. You're working towards fulfillment. Everything you're working towards should start to be fulfilling, and it's going to. So, very, very good. Love that. You need a pocket full of rocks. All right. Let's see what we have here. All right. Okay, we have tourmaline. We have emerald. And we have tiger eye. All right. So tourmaline is keeping you grounded on the earth plane, keeping you right here, right now, taking good care of all the things that are happening around you, which is perfect because you need to be here on the earth plane taking care of business, all right? Emerald is here showing that your heart is being healed. With the most beautiful options and beautiful things going on. It speaks to you understanding what you want, what's blocked, and you healing that by fighting for it. You're not going to mess around anymore. You're not going to sit around and go, I see you holding this and floundering around with it, and it's terrible. And I'm not getting what I need out of this situation, so I'm going to have to fight for it. But it's okay, because you're doing terrible at it, and I think you want help. So you can gently offer help, and you will indeed be offered the opportunity. There might even be a yelling match, one of those, you think you can do it better than me? Here, you do it. And then you will. And you'll be like, okay. Thank you. I will handle this. It will be okay. We'll just make it happen. All right? You'll be terrified. You'll be a little nervous, but you'll handle it. Okay? And Tiger Eye is the vision of your better angels coming through your crown chakra, which is the one at the top of your head, the 7th chakra. And it's giving you a proper vision, a proper understanding of the big carrot. Perfect. So you can see the big carrot. You see what it should look like. And you know how to get there because you've been thinking about this for a while, okay? So the vision's coming through, the understanding is through, and you're going to start healing your heart and keeping grounded. Perfect. All right. So what's our mystery card? Dun, dun, dun. Exchanging gifts. Huzzah. That is wonderful. You are exchanging gifts. That means to me that even as you receive the mess that somebody else made of it, you will be able to exchange by offering them a smaller portion that they can be in charge of, that will be so much more manageable to them, and they will be so much happier because they're only doing a smaller part, and everything is going to come out excellent. So the exchanging of gifts is you handling what you need to and taking good care, all right? It is beautiful. It is a beautiful opportunity, and I love that for you, all right? So we're going to leave that card right there. Very nice. Sagittarius, my goodness. You don't have to carry those rocks if you don't want to, but you can if you like. If you want to carry them, talk to me about it. Tell me about what's going on. If you want to carry something else, tell me about it. Let me know what's going on. I'm here to have a conversation with you. This is a conversation starter, and I do hope that you'll appreciate the possibilities and reach out. If this thing resonates with you, if this reading resonates with you, go ahead and like and subscribe. It really helps the little channel grow, and then you'll get all of my videos to you on Fridays, and you'll be able to check out your boss, your relationship people, all the other people that are in your life, as well as your own readings. Ta-da! And you'll be able to keep up on everything, become a cross watcher, right? The last thing I want to tell you about is that in the description box below, you can find what decks I'm using, so you can get them if you want them. You'll find all the fairs that I go to and where I'm going to be seen next, so that you can come out and see me in person if you need to or want to. That'd be awesome. Get a good costume, have a good time. What could be wrong? It could be awesome. And finally, you'll also find a link to how you can book private readings if you like. All right? I won't ever chase you around. If you contact me, I'll contact you. But other than that, I won't bug you. All right? So I appreciate the one and the all of you. Please come on back next week, and we'll talk then. All right? Thank you.